Welcome to today's session where I'll be discussing with you the most important strategies or strategy a person needs to have to crack an examination or a competitive examination to say precise like banking exam. These strategies which I'm going to discuss today will help a student to crack a banking exam in as less possible attempts because learning only the concept and having idea of the concept in mind is not alone sufficient to crack an exam. You need to understand how to apply that knowledge that you already have. Knowing a concept is only 20%. Practicing the concept is another 30%. So total 50%. So what is the next to 50% that is needed to be done? So if this entire 50% and other 50% are at least done with 80% of efficiency, a student can say, yes, I am able to, or I am able to crack the cutoff for the given exam. So if this strategy that I'm going to tell you, today I'll be giving a strategy to you. If this strategy is pakka practiced and followed religiously ante without any diversion or deviation, then you can say, yes, I am now ready to crack an examination. Until these complete steps of the strategy that I'm going to tell you, each and every step is not fulfilled, you are not ready for the exam. You may be very good at the subject matter. I always tell to people, there is a difference between becoming a teacher and becoming an examination cracker. Every teacher may not be able to crack an exam, but a student needs to crack an exam. You are not attending my classes to become a teacher, to teach to somebody else. You are attending my classes to crack an examination. So first you have to become a player. After getting retired as a player, you can become a coach. But you are not now in the phase of becoming a coach. You are now becoming a player. Player who has to become the best player or better player at least. So when you take the exam, you have to be the man of the match of that game. Game means examination. So today in this session, I will be talking to you the best practices a person must do or must follow when he or she attends an examination like banking. So let's move into discussing what they are. Before going anywhere, I'll take you through a slight insight of how a bank exams prelims will be looking like. So let us see what is the structure of the examination based on the structure that is being followed in the last 1.5 years from 2019 onwards. So basically you will be given 100 questions with a time of 60 minutes. 100 questions will have 3 sections: quant, reasoning, and verbal ability. Verbal ability means English. Quant will be given with 35 questions, reasoning will be given with 35 questions, and verbal ability will be given with 30 questions. So total you have 100 questions. And each section is given its own separate 20 minutes of time. So you may like a section more or you may not like a section at all, but still you have to spend only 20 minutes or all the 20 minutes in that section. Some people may like quant very much, but still they can spend only 20 minutes in quant. So your main observation here is to get to the cutoff, which is the overall score that you get, you need to utilize this 20 minutes and this 20 minutes time to the best possible. So whatever best you can do in this 20 minutes, you must do. And what is that best, I'll be telling you in the next slide, the main strategy to be followed. And once you can utilize the 60 minutes properly, you will be getting an overall score. And this score should be greater than or equal to the cutoff that is decided in the examination. See, please remember the examination will never be conducted with a cutoff which is primarily already decided. No cutoff will be decided before the examination itself. Cutoff always depends on the difficulty level of the exam, the way the exam is being taken by all the people, way all the other people also responded to the examination, and how many top scores are needed to be filtered out. So for example, this is the topmost score in India and these many people are needed to be filtered. So for example, they want 6,000 members to be filtered in the exam. They see what is the 6,000th best score and that score in that year becomes the cutoff. They never will say today the examination is conducted with the cutoff of 60 marks. No, they never say what will be the cutoff because cutoff depends on how all the people along with you sitting in the exam will take the exam. It depends on that. For example, out of 100, if the top score itself is 48, That means the paper is very difficult. The topmost score itself is 48. Then the cutoff may be 35 to 36 also, which is actually failed. 100 may 35 means it is failed for some university standards, because minimum 40% is a pass mark. But still, these people make cross the cutoff, because at that, on that day, paper was very tough. Everybody got less marks. When the paper is very easy, out of 100, if the topper gets 85, the cutoff may be 75 plus. So always remember, there is no fixed cutoff for any exam. Many people ask me, sir, what is the cutoff for today's exam? Nobody knows until you know the paper. So that is also one part of the strategy. Very, very, very important strategy. Knowing the subject is only 20% of the bank exam preparation. Any competitive exam, not only bank exam. Knowing the concept is very easy, because there are very less number of concepts. We will see now what are the concepts that are present in bank exam. Maximum you will be having 15 to 24 concepts total, in total. Maximum 24 concepts. Every day you learn one concept, 24 days you get all the concepts. But getting all the concepts is only 20%. What is the remaining 80% is what we are going to see today. So this strategy, I'll guarantee you, I'll bet you no other institution can say this, because these 6-point strategies what I developed in, I think, almost 7 to 8 years of my understanding of the exams. I don't know how many exams you take, but every year I take minimum 10 to 12 exams. Every exam I apply and take the exam. Along with you may be finding me, if you are writing an exam in Hyderabad, you may be finding me as one of the exam takers along with you. I just put some wrong date of birth and take the exam, because I want to know what is expected from you by the examiner. Right. So that is why I can tell you what are the intrigue points. Intrigue points means internal nuances. Each and every small point I'll be telling you today how to take the bank exams prelims, so that I can crack it maximum in the first attempt, or if I miss it out, I have to take it in the second attempt. So this is the basic structure of the exam. Quant, reasoning and English ability. Right. Now let us see the anatomy of each module. Anatomy means internal structure. So I'll start with quant. I told you quant will be given with 35 questions. So what will be the major concepts present in quant in these 35 questions? I start always with approximations, a concept called approximation. It's not a concept actually, it's type of questioning. Approximations are simplifications, where you have to simplify and get the approximate values, completely calculation based. Then we have a concept called quadratic equations. Then we have a concept called number series. In banking, number series comes in quant. In other exams, number series come in reasoning. And then we have a module called arithmetic. Approximations, whenever type of exams, approximations may be given at least for 10 questions, sometimes 15 questions also. And then we have data interpretation. Data interpretation. 10 to 15 questions. There is no surprise. Out of 35, 15 questions are from approximations. This year, many of the examinations were having 15 questions of approximations out of 35. Then quadratic equations, if given, will be given for 5 questions, sometimes 3 to 5, because sometimes he may give more questions to other section. Number series, if he gives, he may give it for 5 questions. Data interpretation, minimum 5 questions are there. Sometimes it may be given for 10 questions also. That means 2 sets of data. And data interpretation deals with graphs. 2 sets of graphs may be given, with each with 5 questions. So if you see these concepts along with data interpretation, these 4 concepts are nearly covering guaranteedly 25 questions. So 25 questions are covered by how many concepts actually? Only 4 concepts. And then what is the remaining module we have? Arithmetic. Arithmetic module itself has 10 to 12 concepts inside. Percentage, profit loss, interest, average, ages, ratios, mixtures, allegations, proportions, partnerships, time and work, time and distance, permutations, combinations, probability, mensuration, all these things come under arithmetic. So all these 10 to 12 concepts together are giving the remaining 10 questions. So when I know that 4 concepts are guaranteedly giving me 25 questions weightage, and all these 10 concepts are giving me only 10 questions weightage, obviously what are the most important for me? The other 4 concepts, because 4 concepts are giving you 25 questions, and your minimum target for quant we normally say is 25 plus. In how much time? 20 minutes of time. So if I have to attain this 25 plus in quant within 20 minutes, These are the 4 concepts which are very, very important for me because they are holding 25 questions. Only 4 concepts, 25 questions. 10 concepts are giving only 10 questions. So these are my second options. That means these are my secondary priorities. These 4 are my first priorities: approximations, quadratic equations, number series, data interpretation. Whenever I want to practice, I practice on these 4 more. First, when I say, sir, I am already done with practicing these 4 questions, I am very good at them, 80%. You give me any 20 questions, I will be guaranteed answering 16 out of them. Until that point, you have to practice them because they definitely give you 20 questions in the examination straightforwardly. Remaining 5 questions you can get from arithmetic if you want, right? Then come to reasoning. Reasoning also has 35 questions. And the beauty of reasoning is, out of 35 questions, the concept called puzzle test itself covers 20 questions nearly. Sometimes 15, but guaranteedly 20 mostly. Then we have a concept called syllogisms, which covers 5 questions. We have a concept called inequalities, which may cover 5 questions. Or instead of inequalities, he may give coding, decoding. Sometimes he may give both also, which covers 5 questions. If out of this one of the concepts is missing, he may include concept of blood relations or directions, or some miscellaneous puzzles, very small questions, reasoning questions for 5 questions. Single questions. Instead of giving a single puzzle for 5 marks, he may give 5 small questions. So this is how the structure of reasoning will be. If you see here, the most important concepts here also are 4. In puzzles, there are types of puzzles, seating arrangement puzzles, comparison puzzles, like that. There are many puzzles. We'll be anyhow doing puzzles for 5 to 6 classes minimum. So because it covers 20 questions here out of reasoning, and here also our target is 25 plus minimum in 20 minutes. So for me, the most important people are these people. Along with blood relations and elections, only 2 concepts more here. So if you see maximum total also, there are 6 concepts only. So this is what reasoning looks like with the puzzles. And I'll tell you in strategy how to make these puzzle syllogisms, how to attempt them, what to attempt first and where to go where. I'll be telling you when we go into the next slide. Here I am showing the module wise anatomy. English has 30 questions for 20 minutes. The guaranteed questions come from reading comprehension. A passage will be given, questions will be given. 5 to 10 marks will be covered here. This is a guaranteed thing. You should never skip reading comprehension. Never. Then we have sentence correction or error detection. This is covering with 5 to 10 marks. Then we have sentence rearrangement. Sentence will be broken into parts and jumbled. You have to rearrange the sentence properly. 5 questions. Then we have to say, identify the wrongly spelled words. Wrongly spelled or wrongly used words also will be there. 5 questions. Then we may have sentence completions, which we call as fill in the blanks. But these are compulsory. Out of 30, these 3 will cover 20 questions. These 3. Very, very, very important. And wrongly spelled or sentence completions, anyone can be given. Basically in prelims level, English will be easy level. It will be at easy level. So you see here 4 concepts are dead important. Here 4 concepts are dead important for 25 questions. Here 3 concepts are dead important for 20 questions. So if you see here, if a person is really good at these concepts up to 80% level efficiency, I'm not saying 100% efficiency, 11 concepts, 11 to 12 concepts, let us say, if a student really practices well means you have to practice it like anything. You have to practice it like closing your eyes also, your hand should go on doing the answers. So if this thing is up to 80 to 85% efficiency in a bank examination, whatever happens, 60 to 65 is guaranteed to you. 60 to 65 score is guaranteed. So even if you do not pass an exam, you should be able to crack that 60 plus score in the first attempt. If the cutoff is 70, you get 60 in the first attempt. I say next attempt, you definitely crack the exam because you know where you missed the time. where you miss the other 5 to 10 questions. Second attempt, definitely you can crack. But if you come out of the exam and say, I did not know what I did, sir, I did something. Because whenever a student comes out of the exam, first I ask is, are you happy with your exam? Did you pass? I never ask. Will you pass? I never ask. Are you happy with your exam? If the student says, yes, sir, I am happy with my exam, but I did not do well. That's a good statement because you know where you did mistakes. If you say, I don't know what I did in the exam, that means again the next time will be your first attempt. That is like going to the doctor and say, I don't know what is happening to me. At least you have to say, sir, I am not feeling well. I am feeling temperature. I am feeling not hungry. Something you have to tell to the doctor so that doctor can give medicine. If you tell, I don't know what happened, doctor has to do all the 1,000 tests on you. Right. So please remember this. These 11 concepts, frankly speaking, 11 to 12 concepts. These are called golden concepts for your banking. No other exam will give such a chance except bank exam. Only 12 concepts, you really make them 80 to 85% known to you. Practice in such a way that you can get easily 60 plus. Other 10 marks, if you can get from all the other concepts, it khatam. Enough. Your exam is over. Right. Now let us see what is the way in which you can actually become really good at these concepts. Chalo. Now let us go into the actual discussion for today. Strategies to crack the banking exam. What are the strategies? First, this is actually a flow chart. These are the steps in which a student must actually practice or prepare. If he or she prepares properly according to these steps I'm giving you, enough. You have to tick each and every step. Yes, first step I did, second step I did. If any one of the steps is missing, your exam will be missed. Right. Chalo. First step is learning the perfect concept. Learning the perfect concept behind every topic. So whatever topic name I have written here, you have to learn the perfect concept. This is actually my side because I have to teach you the perfect concept. Right. So this is what you do in the classes. In the classes, this is what you do. I teach you the concept, you revise the same class video again. So you get the concept into mind. This is the first thing that a student has to do. Attend all the concepts, learn the perfect concept. If you have any doubt in the concept, you can ping me back through WhatsApp. Sir, I have doubt in the concept. Please clarify. Or you can attend the session again because every topic I will be revising once more at least. We revise the concepts actually 2 times, but at least 1 time we revise every concept. That is the secret behind our success. Many people ask me why our students actually crack the exams within 1 year span. This corona actually postponed many people's plans, but normally 9 months to 12 months is the time where our students definitely crack the exams. Because every topic they listen minimum 3 times. Minimum 3 times every concept they listen to. Without their knowledge, brain actually stores all the information. That's very, very important. So perfect concept, this is my thing, classes. Okay, after attending the classes, what is important? Knowing the strengths and weakness of the exam. Knowing the strengths and weaknesses of the exam, not of yourself first. And matching with yours. So I'll just go to the previous slide. I told you here. So these are the 4 concepts which are definitely giving you marks. So these are the weak areas of the exam. So if any person can be very strong in these 4 areas, exam has to give him 25 questions. Pakka. That is a place where exam is weak. So you have to become strong in this. So depending on the weaknesses of the exam, you have to match your strength there. Same way, reasoning, what is the weakest area of reasoning for the examination? Puzzle. So if a person is really 90% good at puzzles, along with syllogisms, inequalities, he'll get 30 questions. Pakka 30. So examination cannot do anything there. So examination is weak in some areas. There you have to become strong. So your examination weaknesses are to be matched with your strengths. Many people actually bother about their weaknesses. Don't worry about your weakness. See the weakness of the exam. Examination weakness, you have to match with your strength. So when you are becoming strong in an area where exam is weak, you are the winner. That is what. Now, once you know the weaknesses of the exam, once you learn the perfect concept in the class, what is the next thing? The most important thing next should be done is optimal time-based practice. Not the normal practice. Optimal time-based practice. This is based on difficulty level of each question. Based on difficulty level of each question. That means whenever I deal with the class of puzzles, whenever a puzzle is shown to you, I'll tell you how to identify the puzzle and categorize it as easy puzzle, average puzzle, above average puzzle, hard puzzle, tough puzzle. Based on your observation, if it is an easy puzzle, what is the ideal time in which you have to answer it? Until you get this ideal time, you are not ready for the exam. For example, if I say you have to crack the puzzle within 2 minutes, if you are taking more than 3 minutes, still you need to practice such that the time gets less than 2 minutes. Right? Same way, average puzzle is there. I say it has to be cracked in less than 3 minutes. Somehow you are taking 4 minutes or more. Then you have to practice more puzzles of the same. I'll be giving the puzzles to you. Practice more puzzles such that the timing comes to the ideal time. This is what we say optimal time. I say syllogisms are to be answered within less than n minutes. You are taking n plus 2 minutes, let's say. So you have to practice more that the extra 2 minutes will not be taken in the exam. These saved 2 minutes will give you one puzzle. That is how we crack the marks more than other people. So that is what most important thing. So every question you should understand its level. Depending on the difficulty level, you have to understand, hey, sir actually told this level 2 minutes mein khatam karna hai. So within 2 minutes, so practice should be like that. Whenever you are practicing also, you put a stopwatch. I'll tell you anyhow, I'll be guiding you. Put a stopwatch, do the practice, see how much time is taken, match with the time I told. 2 minutes I told. For 2 puzzles, it should be 4 minutes. You have taken 6 minutes. That means average 3 minutes you are taking. So you are wasting 1 minute extra for a puzzle. So practice more such that this 1 minute extra is not taken. So this is how we guide students to go through stopwatch based practice. Without stopwatch, don't practice anything. Optimal time based practice. So these are the 3 steps a person has to do before the examination. Learning the perfect concept, making you strong where the area examination is weak, and those areas you have to be optimally time based practice everywhere. Until inequalities is a very easy concept, very easy concept, but you cannot say inequalities unless you get these 5 questions of inequalities less than 1.5 minute. If you are not getting 5 questions of inequalities in less than 1.5 minute, you may know the concept, but you are not in optimal time, because first point is there, but third point is not there. I told you all the points I'm telling you must be there. Then only you know the concept. Then next, what is the fourth one? These are the things when you go into the exam. Assessment of paper toughness and rough cutoff estimate. Rough cutoff estimate. So this is your duty. When you go into the examination, when you suddenly, let us say if you started with quant, you saw the first question, you saw the second question, you saw the third question, you saw the fourth question. So by the time you come to fifth question, you can see what level of questions are coming. For example, all these questions are average. Normally we expect prelims to be easy, but all are coming average. Then what I normally do is the single questions I skip and go into data interpretation. I'll tell you anyhow what are the, we know data interpretation 5 marks. If this graph is also average, then I skip it and go to quadratic equations. If quadratic equations questions are average, that means we saw 15 questions in average level. That means on the day, paper itself is average level. If the paper is average level, what is the cutoff to be there? I'll tell you all the things. When the paper is easy, what will be the cutoff? Once the entire course is over, once the module is over, I'll tell you easy paper, what is the score to be taken? Average, what is the score? If the paper is above average, what is the score? If the paper is very easy, it is happening nowadays, what should be the score? See, normally when I say easy, we say 25 to 28 minimum attempt should be there in a section. But the paper is dead easy, not even very easy, dead easy. You cannot say, sir, I answered 25, I'm very happy. No, then the cutoff should be 28 to 30 because paper is dead easy. You should run fast. If the road is smooth, you run fast. If the road is very smooth, you can run faster. If it is average, even if you answer 20 to 22, that's more than enough. If the paper is above average, even if you answer 15 to 18, that may be enough on that day because everybody will be answering in the same way. No examiner can make a paper tough only for you. It has to be tough for everyone, provided you practiced well, prepared well, right? So this is the most important thing. On a day, by seeing the questions, by seeing the first 5 to 10 questions, you have to understand what is the examination's paper toughness. And based on that, what is the cutoff? You have to get into mind, oh, this is a toughness. So according to sir, this should be the cutoff. So I have to target these marks. Whether it is 15 to 18, whether it is 20 to 22, whether it is 25 to 30, depending on that, you have to run. If the paper is very easy, 25 to 30, but you run only 20 to 22, that means you are lacking 3 marks still. That 3 marks may actually result in you not cracking the cutoff. So every exam cannot have the same cutoff. So that is our duty in the exam. By seeing the paper toughness for first 1 minute or something, you can understand the questions. You can see the questions. Now, you understood the paper toughness and you know what is a rough cutoff estimate. Every topic I'll be telling you in reasoning also what is the easy question, average question. Don't worry about it. Once we go into the course, we know all the things. Then I estimated what is a cutoff. Now I have to estimate how much fast I have to run. Whether I have to run for 30 questions or 25 questions or 20 questions in 20 minutes. I have to run now. So for that, what is the most important thing is knowing which question to answer or which question to leave at that moment of time. Very, very, very important. If you saw most of the questions are easy, there will be at least 1 or 2 questions which are average. So whenever I'm taking easy, suddenly I get an average question. First I skip to it and go to easy. Because in one question average, you can answer 2 easy questions. But all the questions carry same marks. So this skipping of a question, whenever you find the question time taking, is also very, very, very important, because in 20 minutes, you have to see 35 questions. You have to see 35 questions. What some people do mistake is they get stuck in a bigger question. For example, first question itself is a average question. They get stuck there for 2 to 3 minutes. Let's say, Khatam, less than 1 minute mein karna hai, you got stuck for 2 to 3 minutes. This makes you at least kill 2 to 3 questions of easy level. So they will not be able to see all the 35 questions. They may be able to go up to 25, 26. By that time will be over. They come out and say, sir, time is not sufficient. Time was sufficient. You wasted it here. Who asked you to answer that question? So this identification is a very, very, very important thing. Here it can, again, I am telling you, I can challenge you. You go to any place, this identification of toughness, this cutoff estimation by students will never happen. This is a strategy that I made, because this is a strategy I follow also when I sit in the examination. Whenever I sit in the exam, I see 5 to 6 questions, I can understand, oh, today cutoff should be 75. 75 means 25, 25, 25, or at least 28, 28 here, and at least 20 here. Then I'll be safe. So that is how I fix my mind. And with that, I run fast. If the questions are all above average, no. Today 60 to 65 is more than enough. So even if I get 20, 20, 20 in all the sections, that is enough. So I have to travel in quant and reasoning such that at least 20 questions can be answered. If a very tough question is there, I skip it, because I know that 20 questions are enough. 15 questions I can leave and still win the examination. So this decision making will come to you. I'll tell you how to decide that once each and every module is over. Once quant module is over, anyhow, I'll be taking you through some mock tests. In that mock test, I'll in the WhatsApp itself, I say this mock test has quant with this level of difficulty. This is the cutoff you have to target. You take the examination, you understand, oh, this is the exam, SAR is saying this is the level of difficulty. Like that, if you go through 10 to 11 mock tests for each and every module, you can understand this is how I can identify the rough cutoff and which question to leave and which question to answer. Without leaving a question, if you keep on answering all questions, you have to attempt all the exams, because you don't pass anything. And lastly, once you understood which question to answer, which question to leave, you practice your what? Optimal time based. So perfect time based answering and reaching the cutoff. So these are the 6 steps which are mandatory for any student to crack a competitive exam. Any one of the steps also is not followed, the flowchart will not give the proper output. Proper output means you passing the exam. How can I get perfect time-based answering? Because we already practiced here optimal time-based. So easy, this is the time. Average, this is the time. Above average, this is the time. Here you saw a question. You decided to answer because it is easy. You know in mind, easy means how much time. You have to answer in that time only. So all these things must be happening. You don't have a time to relax also, because prelims examinations are what we call as racing exams. In race, there is no gap to relax. If you go into mains exam is what we call as marathons. I think you might have heard the word marathon. Race is a place where people run fast. Marathon is a place where people walk long. A marathon may be for 50 kilometers also. If you run fast for 50 kilometers, in the first 1 to 2 kilometers, you will be exhausted. So what they do, they walk, they never run. So mains strategy is completely different. So when we go into mains level, we'll be talking about the strategy differently. You cannot run in mains. You cannot walk in prelims. So here what you have to do, run. How much, at what way you have to run? Fast. How much fast? You know the optimal time. So only teaching the subject is not enough. I told you, see, out of all these 6, here it is, learning the concept. That's only 20%. Identifying the strengths and optimal time base is the next 30%. Here you are ready for examination. But the most important thing is applying the same in the examination really. Here you practice for the match. Now you are playing the match. Assessment of paper toughness and rough cutoff estimate is the next 10%. If you properly estimate your cutoff, and if you properly, next to 30%, most important again, 30% is knowing which question to answer, which question to leave. This is what I call as ego management. You may be knowing a question's answer, but you know that it takes more time. Just leave at that moment. Why are you worrying about one question? Because it takes more time. I left many questions in my exam, but still I am the topper in India. I got 98s, 99s also. But that one question I never bothered about out of 100, right? So this 30%. Next 10% is applying this optimal based practice, what you did here practically. But in sometimes what happens, because of examination tension, because of the first time you are taking exam, some nervousness may creep into mind. And in these 3, there may be a place where your ego will hurt you. After preparing everything, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, and go to the examination, there are people who got stuck in one question for 5 minutes without their knowledge because of some examination tension. That happens. Virat Kohli also fails many times. Even the person who scored more than 3 double centuries, Rohit Sharma, failed more number of times than Virat Kohli. So that happens, but it cannot happen again and again. Consistency is very important. You can say, sir, I know everything. I know all the mistakes I did in one exam, but the same dialogue cannot be used for every examination. If you know a mistake has been done, next time you should not do the mistake. That doesn't mean that you have to do a new mistake, right? There are no new mistakes. Only 6 steps are to be followed. So this 6-step strategy is guaranteedly a success sutra for you. There are no shortcuts here. Please remember, there are no shortcuts. Pure logic, understanding the weakness of the exam and hitting the exam there, using your optimal time-based practice, assessment of paper toughness and cutoff estimation. See, there are examinations which had cutoff of 85 plus also this year. Very, very easy, but dead easy. So if you are sitting in an exam and continuously you got 10 questions which you answered in less than 40 seconds, each question, tuck, 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 you got the answers. That means paper is dead easy. Don't feel happy because everybody will be getting the answers. Please run fast. Sir, I got all the answers very quickly, so I answered 65 and be calm. No, you cannot do that. You have to run up to 75, 80 because paper is dead easy. If you are answering first 10 questions, you are not able to answer questions fast. You are understanding that though you practiced well, they are all average level, because once you prepare well, average level can be identified. Then you can say, okay, 70 can be the maximum cutoff. And then depending on that, you see the scoring pattern. You understand, you decide quant kitna karna, reasoning kitna karna, English kitna karna hai. And these also depend on each person. Now, there are 30 members listening to the session. First person may take 20, 20, 20 for 60. Second person may take 20, 30, 20, so 30, 20 and 15, 20, 25, 15. Because for him, reasoning is easy. For the first person, quant may be easy. For one person, English may be easy. He says, sir, I am getting 20, 20 in quant reasoning, 25 guaranteedly in verbal. That is his choice. So depending on your strength, matched with the exam's weakness, you should decide where you have to get more score. Whatever it is, you have to get me that 65 to 75 guaranteed. From where you get it, that is dependent on each and everybody's strength. Once you take your mock test, once you tell me, sir, these are the scores I am getting, I can personally give each and every person, Babu, you follow this strategy. Amma, you follow this strategy. You can follow this strategy. Madam, you follow this strategy. Sir, you follow this. Everybody will not have the same strategy because every person cannot be given the same medicine. Some medicine working on some person may not work on the other person. It depends on your weakness and strength. Sorry, examination weakness and your strength matching. This matching map decides which section you need to target more. So never think of what you are, even for example, there are two people, brother and sister, both are attending the sessions now from the same house. Brother may take the exam differently, sister may take the exam differently. Because for me, both of them cracking the exam is important, not both of them taking the exam in the same way, right? So these are the very, very, very important strategies that are needed. What I am now doing is I am allowing people to unmute so that if any doubt you have, you can always. Current affairs will come only in mains. Prelims do not have current affairs. Banking prelims doesn't have current affairs. Current affairs come only in mains. So at present, don't worry about current affairs. If your mains exam is in December, you are reading July current affairs, it will be outdated. It will be outdated because it is not current. It is actually 6 months later the exam is. Please remember, I'll tell you, don't worry about current affairs. Outside in India, there is a very, very, very bad misconception. Misconception means apardham in Telugu we say. It means wrong conception that general awareness and current affairs are the most important things. They are important when you go into the second level. First, you have to go to the second level, right? It is like preparing for second level before passing the first level. So you are very good at mains, but you do not pass prelims. What is this? This is like you are very good at MSET, but you do not pass intermediate. What is the use? Right? So first to go to a job, you should pass BTech. Same way, first to go to mains, you should pass prelims. Prelims, first you target, you prepare for 2 months properly with all the 3 steps that are there here. And again, next 1.5 months, again, we will be revising everything. There you can go for, sir, I know percentage very well. So you can try for harder level questions. So that mains level also same concepts. Quant, reasoning, English concepts will be same. Only thing is general awareness will be extra added. Current affairs, what I mean, banking and economic current affairs will be added. I'll tell you which modules are to be covered more. What is the strategy to crack the current affairs also. There are some people, for example, me, I took IBPS, RRB, PO 2019. I took mains also. You know, my score of current affairs was 6.5 out of 50. IBPS, RRB, PO, my cutoff, my score of current affairs was 6.5 out of 50. But you know what happened? Quant, I scored 48 out of 50 because 2 questions I did not like. I just left them. Reasoning, I got 42 out of 50. Verbal, I always get 50 out of 50. I'm very happy there. So the cutoff of that year, this year, was 6.25 in current affairs. Cutoff was 6.25, sectional cutoff, and I got 6.5. So I passed IBPS RRB PO this year, but I don't go to interview because if I go to interview, they'll put me in jail. 35 years Wala actually has written the exam. I just take the exams and don't go to interviews. So this is one more strategy. I'll tell you another beautiful thing. Please remember and listen to this very, very carefully. SBI Clerical has removed sectional cutoff in mains. Sectional cutoff is removed in mains of SBI Clerical. That means quant, reasoning, English and general awareness may, if you can read out, these are 150, these are 160 marks and this is 40 marks, 200. So out of 160 marks of quant, reasoning, English, if a person can target 100 to 105 and even get 1 or 2 questions, or actually 5 questions out of 50, let's say out of 40, even 5 questions you get here, you pass the examination of SBI Clerical mains. And SBI Clerical doesn't have interviews also. So when I wrote SBI Clerical in 2019, I answered 0 questions of general awareness. Out of 160, happily I answered, because I can answer them. I answered 148 questions. I'm not asking you to take, the cutoff was 105. So including general awareness also, cutoff was 105 out of 200. So your target is out of 160, out of 160, if a person can really prepare well to crack 105, is general awareness really needed? Is it mandatory? No. So without current affairs, I passed 2 examinations practically, because I am guaranteedly saying that I am 100% good at here. But I'm not asking you to get as much score as I'm getting 148. You, out of 160, 105 is only 70% maximum. I am asking you to be good at 80%. So if a person is really good at 80% in quant, reasoning, English, general awareness is only a matter of getting 6 to 9 questions out of 50. And I will tell you what are the modules you have to concentrate, so that at least you can get 10 to 15. If you can get 10 to 15 out of 50, here again, even if you get 70% of score in all the 3 sections overall, you pass the examination. So this is a strategy. Instead of wasting your time for sectional cutoffs, for unnecessary things like current affairs, that is what I say. This is a weakness of the examination. Don't reveal it to anybody unless you crack the exam. This is a weakness of the exam. That is the most important thing. Without knowing the weakness of the exam, even if you prepare for the exam, it is your weakness. Staff Selection Commission, without general awareness also we can get the. Actually, in our class group, I shared the scorecard of our student who cracked SSC this year, Tier 1. He got 6.5 again out of 25, out of 50, where in current affairs. But quant, reasoning and English, he got very good score. He got 150 plus overall out of 200. Because of accuracy, he got 190 as a normalized score. Normalized score is what is important. So he got 190 out of 200, but his score of general awareness was only 6 marks out of 50. So even if he did not get that 6 marks, he would have passed the exam. So please remember. That's what I am telling you, sir. Now, basically, I told you exams, how it will be. So this is a complete pattern of what exam? Bank examination prelims. Prelims is the first level of the exam, right? Then you have to go for mains. Right? So any other question you have, you can unmute yourself and ask me openly. You can ask any question, because this is a session where you can learn things. Any question you have a doubt. And this is a strategy with which I make my students crack the exam. One thing I am telling for people who are in Telugu, and I'll tell the same thing in English. ఒకటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఎక్కువగా కష్టపడితే ఉద్యోగం వస్తనే తప్పమ్మా. ఎంత కష్టపడాలో అంత కష్టపడితే ఉద్యోగం వస్తుంది. Working very hard only will give the exam, will give the job is wrong. You have to work as much as needed. If you really want to work very hard, please go and work in a gym. రోజు ఒక 4-5 గంటలు జిమ్ లో వర్కౌట్ చేయండి, కండలు వస్తాయి. Examination is not for that.
Hello sir.
చెప్పండి. Yeah, tell me.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me
Sir, accuracy के बारे में कुछ थोड़ा सा बताएंगे तो?
Accuracy के बारे में बताना तो actually first this is important. First step is ये वाला. This is where your accuracy comes here and here. First, what happens now, whenever you attend a session for the first time you attend a concept, your accuracy level will be only 40%. You know the concept, but accuracy in application will be only 40%. That's why whenever you answer 10 questions, you may be getting only 4 to 5. Other 4 to 5 questions you will not be getting. So this is where your learning starts. By the time you attend the same concept for the second time, your accuracy level goes up to 60%. And by the time you attend the session for the third time or practice for the third time, attend the session, guaranteedly attend it for third time and practice it, then your accuracy level will be 80%. Until this point, you have to have patience. This is like learning to ride a bicycle. First day, second day, third day, fourth day, you fall down. But if you stop there, these 4 days of effort is wasted. So you have to go for 4 or 5 more days so that you can learn to ride a bicycle without falling down. Same way. This takes minimum 1.5 to 2 month cycle. Each and every concept at least touch it 3 times in the class and along with practice. Then you get the concept completely into mind. Once you get the concept, now you can guarantee, sir, I am getting 80 to 90% accuracy. Once you get accuracy, then what you have to worry for? You have to worry about this. Sir, I am getting all the answers. Now I say, okay, you are getting the answers, right? By the time at least 2 months will be done. So you will be having some concepts from me like approximation, simplifications, where calculations will be given speedily using some required things. What are required, I'll be telling you to get the calculations fast. So using that fast calculations and concept accuracy, you need to try for optimal timing. This again take one more practice. Practice doesn't mean hundreds of questions at a time. Topic mein 30 questions at a time, more than enough. I don't say practice 400 questions of this concept. Katam, you will get bored of the concept. Never do that. Okay, very simple. What is needed, I'll be telling you. Everywhere, whatever is needed, I'll tell you. Don't do more than that. Don't do less than that also. That is also important. Some people do less than that. Then I cannot guarantee. If a doctor asks you to take 2 tablets, you have to take 2 tablets. Don't take 1 tablet. Don't take 4 tablets also. Same way. So by the time you go to the concept third time, then your confidence level increases. Once your confidence increases, maths is all about confidence. Once your confidence increases, the beauty is your accuracy automatically increases. You know why people fear of maths? Maths actually tests people in many ways than science. Whenever a person answers 10 questions and get only 2 questions, he says, no, I don't know maths. Whenever the same person answers 10 questions and get 8 questions correctly, hey, I'm getting answer. Unexpectedly confidence rises. So from this stage to this stage, it takes time. And all the time I will be there because I will be personally teaching you quant and reasoning, both. English will be anyhow taught by sir, and I will be telling you whatever points sir told, how to use them in a logical manner in the examination. I will be because sir is not taking the exams. I will take the exams at least for the next 3 to 4 years along with you, not along with you, along with you, next batch and next batch. So by the time at least I can understand what is the examiner trying to do, right? So e points ela cheppagalutunna, how I am able to answer all these points ante because I am taking exams along with you. You are taking the exam to pass the exam. I am taking the exam to understand the exam. That's the difference. So I can spend more time to understand the examination. Listening to the session is making me strengthen, but in the exam I'm feeling it is tough because you did not do the required practice. మీరు మహా అంటే ఒకసారి విని ఉంటారు, 2 సార్లు విని ఉంటారు. నేను చెప్పాను కనీసం మీరు 3 సార్లు ఒక టాపిక్ వినకపోతే, ఈచ్ టాపిక్ 3 times వినకపోతే మీకు టాపిక్ రానట్టే. యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఇట్ ఇన్ గోల్డెన్ వర్డ్స్. వదిలే గోల్డ్ కాస్ట్ పెరిగిపోయింది. యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఇట్ ఇన్ సిల్వర్ వర్డ్స్. ఏంటంటే ఇఫ్ ఐ డు నాట్ అటెండ్ ద టాపిక్ ఫర్ 3 times, ఐ డు నాట్ నో ద టాపిక్. If anybody has a habit of writing charts and putting on the board, you write, on the walls you write, if I do not attend any topic, any concept on actually any concept for 3 times in the class, I do not know the topic. You know what is the problem with Indians? I deal with the percentage concept. Next day I say one time, next time also percentage concept class is there. People say, I already attended percentage. I think so what? You already attended percentage. Sachin already played 20 years of cricket. Doesn't he do net practice before going to the match? Are you really good at maths than Sachin is good at cricket? No. But why did he do that net practice? Because that practice tells him again if any mistake is there, he has to rectify. Every match before he at least makes 1 or 2 hours of net practice. Virat Kohli, everybody. So you should also. But what practice is to be done? I'll tell you. Don't worry about it. What practice is to be done, I'll guide you. But who has to do the practice? You. Many times I saw percentage. I already attended. Sorry is again telling percentage. I don't attend. Are you attended percentage doesn't mean that you know it. You always feel the difficulty because you go to the examination. Examination tests you with the questions you don't know. By attending one class, how can you know the entire concept? I told you 1 class 40%, second class 60%, third class with practice 80%. Still I am not saying 100%, Amma. Please remember this. This is a very, very, very important thing. And outside, many people ask me what is the difference between our institute and other place. Other places they never teach concept. They directly give 30 questions while a handout and they cover a handout and say percentage is over. With 30 questions, if percentage is over, every Indian will get the 30 questions and make very, very good at percentages, right? It cannot happen. Listening to the concept 3 times itself is not making you 100% perfect in the concept. Without learning the concept, how can you? That's why they say to crack the examination, it takes 2 years. Many people say that to crack an exam, it takes 2 years. It doesn't take 2 years. For him, it took 2 years. Please remember this. If you have any doubt regarding the examination, don't ask a person who failed the exam. My number is there. I'll give my number. WhatsApp me. ఎవరైనా సరే మీరు నాతో జాయిన్ అవుతారా జాయిన్ అవ్వాలో సంబంధం లేదు. మీకు రేపు యాజ్ ఎ గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ ఇఫ్ యూ గెట్ ఎ డౌట్ ఎనీ టైమ్, అరే who to ask, don't worry, my number is there. I don't lift calls mostly because I'll be in classes. You ping me, sir, I'm a graduate, I'm getting this problem, what should I do? I'll give the rectification. This is what we do. I'll be getting people from Rajasthan, Punjab, many places, LPU and other places also, because our website is live everywhere, where we say any doubt you have, please approach us basically. So don't hesitate to ask any doubt. Somebody asked me the doubt, that's very good doubt. Why I am facing toughness in the exam? Because you are not 100% confident in the concept. So please, అందుకే చెప్పాను ఈ 6 strategies అమ్మా. If these 6 points, any one is missing, you cannot face an exam. You cannot face an exam. If you are not getting the answers in the practice within that 40 seconds of time, you can never get that answers in the exam. That means this is missing. Learning the perfect concept takes 3 classes. That was also missing. So how can you face the exam then? Khatam. If you want, you can write all these points, but anyhow, I'll be sharing you this in the group, our student group. But those who are not in the group anyhow can make a note of this. Very, very important. Any one point, you tick this. Yes, I learned everything because I attended 3 times. I practiced perfectly. As sir said, easy question I'm getting like this, average question I'm getting like this. And in a mock test, I'm able to understand the cutoff. I'm able to understand which question is to leave and which question is to answer. And I'm able to get the cutoff. If all these 6 are ticked, then only you go to the real exam. Otherwise, your real exam is only a practice exam, experience exam, not a cracking exam. I'm very blunt because truths are always blunt. Facts are always blunt. In Telugu, we say nijam nishturanga untudu antaru kada, nijam adi. Still, after 18 years of training, after seeing more than 3 to 5 lakhs of questions, I sometimes skip a question because I don't like it. I don't like you. To the question, I directly say go. Why? Not because I don't get the answer, because I know that it takes at least 10 seconds more. In the 10 seconds, I can answer other question. Right? Please remember these very, very, very important points. How to choose competitive books? Books are waste, ma. One more very, very, very golden thing I'll tell you. There is no proper book that can act. Indian books are really waste. Indian aptitude books. Even you can go and tell anybody. Pearson I know all the mostly except RSR generation authors, all the other authors, including Arun Sharma, I know personally. Indian aptitude books ante ardham entante in your mailbox you will be having this spam. Will you ever open spam messages, ma? What happens when you open spam message? Your mail gets infected. When you open our Indian aptitude textbooks also, the same infection happens to the brain, because the problem is these books actually will not give you these nuances and small points, very, very intrigue points. Bariki se, actually there are some embroidery works on the dresses. Ladies make it, right? Some embroideries will cost you more than the cloth itself. Cloth is 1,000 rupees, embroidery cost 10,000. If you ask why, they say, sir, dekho kitne bariki se work kiya, enta nazugga work chesanu, ee points miss avutayi. Kabatti mem em chestanu, what I normally do to my students is I filter out the entire material that is available. For example, for percentages online, 10 lakhs of questions will be available. I'll get the best to 120 to 150 questions for my students and share it. You answer these 120, 150 questions, you answer questions given in my book, which I personally share to them. That's more than enough. Don't worry. Next time also you practice the same 120, 150 questions. So such type of 120 to 150 questions we will filter, because I don't want my student to unnecessarily go for thousands and thousands of questions and still he feels everything is spam, right? Prastuthanikaithe at present there is no really good book for any exam. They are very good books for business. RSR వర్గాలు ఎంత సంపాదించుకున్నారో ఎవరికి తెలియదు, దానివల్ల ఎంతమందికి లాభం వచ్చిందో ఎవరికి తెలియదు. Every BTech student has a RSR book mostly, but 80% of BTech students are still failing in aptitude. Endukante these 6 points are missing out. Every exam has these 6 points. So books are secondary for me. Books come here. And for this, we don't rely on books. I'll be giving the material to you. ఫస్ట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు గో టు ప్రాక్టీస్ ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్. ఈ రెండు లేకుండా మనం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసినా కూడా వేస్టే మనం. ఫస్ట్ యూ షుడ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్, which exam you are taking, what is the weakness in the exam. There I have to learn the perfect concept and become strong and then start practicing. Many people do a mistake of attending the class, immediately start practicing. No, once you attend a class, revise the same class. నేను ఎప్పుడు చెప్తాను కూడా, I keep telling this in every class. If a person doesn't do this, he doesn't pass the exam. నేను బ్లంట్గా చెప్తున్నాను, చాలా బ్లంట్గా చెప్తున్నాను, నిజం ఇది, బికాస్ దిస్ ఇస్ ఎ ఫ్యాక్ట్. If you do not revise the questions we discussed in the class, examination also will have the same cross mark. Why and adagoddu, that is a reality. Everybody used to ask people, why should I wash hands, why should I wash hands? So nature answered with corona. Now everybody is asking, why are you not washing, why are you not washing hands? So there is something called paddhati, means ritual. So with revision of the same questions, after that only go to practice. After that attend one more session and then practice one more set of questions. Then you may be ready for examination. Here also I am saying maybe. This is the cycle, life cycle. If you do like this, exam is dead. If you do like this, exam is already dead before you went to the exam only. Okay, so ekkada life cycle break cheyadandi. It doesn't take really much time. Every day one topic, revision of the topic takes only 30 minutes because already recorded session, and practice of the topic takes 30 more minutes. I am asking you, spend 1 hour of time other than the session. Spend 1 hour time. You may be very busy, but you are not as busy as Modi, so you can take 1 hour time somewhere or the other for practicing. And any doubts you have, next day you can ping me through WhatsApp. I will be telling you how to solve them. Like that, if you do for 24 days, all the concepts are banking are covered. Attend one more 24-day cycle. You attend all the sessions 2 times by then and 2 times practice. Then you can start taking mock tests. Never start taking mock tests on the first day. When you take mock test on the first day, your examination will go away from you. It may take more time. That is like trial and error. Okay. So these are the points. Meeku nachina nachakuna idi nijam. Without knowing anything, how can you take a test? Please remember. Right? Some people shared some doubts. How to solve questions without pen and paper? That's what I teach you in the classes. Don't worry. All questions need not be answered without pen and paper. Some questions will need. Sir, can we attempt a bank exam without? Yes, 4th year people are eligible to attempt a bank exam. Pakka. Please, can you share material in the group regarding quant and reasoning? I will be sharing my material in the group. The group is actually of the students who already enrolled in our course. Already enrolled. But anybody who wants to practice on questions which are preliminary, you can actually have a visit to our free website, which is open to any graduate, where you can find more than 1,80,000 questions for practice, which we called as aptitudehelpline.com. You have there section-wise questions, quant, reasoning, English, and then practice tests. Practice tests also exam-wise, bank exams level, campus recruitment level, SSC level. There you can go into bank exams level, can take quant, topic-wise practice questions, reasoning. All these are freely available. Simply you can register by using your mail ID like Swiggy. We don't take any money. 1 rupee also I don't ask you. You can use any number of days you want until you practice each and every question that is given there. aptitudehelpline.com. This is the open platform that I put for any student who wants a support of practice questions without spending even a single rupee unnecessarily, right? But our material which I share to my students filtered is only for my student, because that much that is a selfishness I should have for my student. What's the difference between my student and other students? And my students, at least I'm telling out the 6 strategies we follow to outside. But how we follow that, this is a research of 8 years. I cannot give to everyone. My student who comes to my class should pass the examination within 6 to 8 months. If he, after passing, if he wants to reveal, that is his own choice. YouTube channel, he joins a bank exam, bank job. But for practicing, this is available to everyone. You can give to anyone. Every day we'll be getting 200, 300 new people. They start practicing things. We have more than 50,000 members using already this service. You can take this. This is a lifelong service that you can have. Quant, reasoning, English, all the 3 sections will be there. Bank exams level, campus recruitments level. And somebody asked me, fourth year graduates can always apply for an exam of banking. And the only condition they say is by the time you go for certificate verification, for example, IBPS exam, certificate verification happens in April, May next year, because the exam will be November. Prelims, mains, and then certificate verification. By that time, you should be getting your graduation certificate into hand. If that is guaranteed, then you can attend a bank exam. There is no one who stops you. You can apply for the exam because application is already open now. I'll tell you one thing, 2021, Jan, Feb say, up to August, in these 7 months, we can expect 6 to 7 examinations. Every month one exam can be there because all the exams are stopped by Corona. So if a person wants to really crack a competitive exam, this is a very, very good time. And the beauty is all these exams has the same prelims pattern. Whatever pattern I told you, same prelims pattern. Same pattern. So once you prepare now perfectly in 2020 for the next August, say July, mid or August, say December, if you can practice for these 5 months, covering 3 cycles of the total syllabus, which we normally ask our students to. We ask our students to attend again and again and again till the exam comes and practice. That means you are ready for 6 to 7 examinations. IBPS RRB clerical, RRB PO, IBPS clerical, IBPS PO, IBPS SO, SBI clerical, SBI PO, SBI SO. Total 8 exams actually. If you remove SO, specialist officer, there are minimum 6 exams. And along with that, EPFO, LIC, FCI, NIACL, NICL, all these also have the same pattern of prelims because they are also conducted by IBPS only. So nearly 10 examinations within 7 to 8 months of span never happens again. Because of Corona, it's happening. Get used to, get the benefit out of it. That's why we normally say whenever a student joins us, until he or she cracks his exam, until he or she gets 30 years of age limit, the course will be valid. Because we never know. Now Corona came, next time Corona can come. I cannot guarantee the next year guaranteed exams will, but still your course is valid because until you get 30 years age limit, you are eligible to take the exam. PO exam, 30 years. Clerical, 27 years. Until you have the age limit, you are our student. Don't worry. Keep on attending the classes. Sir, I want to attend the classes for 6 times. Very happy. Attend. There are some people who attended percentage concept more than 10 times. I know them. Still, when the percentage concept is dealt, they will come and sit in the class. Why? Not because they don't know percentage, because they want to know percentage better. Every time it's a better thing. So this is what we do. And we never ask students to stop attending the classes. And that is why we take very limited number of people. Maximum you can see 30-35 members attending a class because we take a group of 30-35 maximum at a time. So even if a student attends for 10 times, I don't have a problem because 100 people actually Zoom can be there. So we are not an institution where you attended one cycle, your syllabus, your fees is over. To attend one more cycle, you pay one more fees. No, this will never happen. Right? This will never happen. That is the worst thing that a person can say. Right? So once you are here, you are there. That's why I always say this statement. Once our student, always will be. Even in our group, there are some students who cracked the bank exams and joined the banking. They are doing the bank jobs as clericals and POs, and still they are in our bank group, in our group. You know, they are in our group because they are still our student. Who knows, there may be a better exam next year and they want to crack it. They can always attend the class again, even after 4 years. So until you want to be in the group, please be in the group so that you can guide the next people at least. So once our student, always will be. That's it. Right? So this is what I just wanted to tell all the people who wanted to attempt the examinations. Practice the questions by seeing. Yeah, at a time you attempt only 30 questions per a topic at a time. Don't go for more than like that. All exams like LIC, EPFO will same pattern. Yes, mains also, mains is different. LIC mains has one section called insurance awareness. With a minimum cutoff, out of 40, you should guarantee to get 24. Remaining quant, reasoning, English and general awareness are same. You know LIC, the beauty of LIC is no negative marking. No negative marking. But that insurance awareness is extra thing. Everything is same. Only thing is 10% of syllabus will be different. That's it. Mains kata nenu tarvata cheptanu. Meer em tension. Ippudu appude mains ki veltunnaru ade cheptunnaru kada. The main problem with people is going to level 2 here. అరే ఇంకా మనకి పెళ్లి చూపులు కూడా కాలేదు, అప్పుడు నాకు పెళ్లి ఎప్పుడు, పెళ్లి ఈ సీజన్ లో పెట్టుకోవాలి, నెక్స్ట్ సీజన్ పెట్టి, అసలు పిల్ల నచ్చాలి, పిల్లకి నువ్వు నచ్చాలి, అన్ని ఓకే అవ్వాలి, లాస్ట్ మూమెంట్ లో పెళ్లి పీటల మీద ఏమీ జరగకపోతే అప్పుడు పెళ్లి అవుతుంది. ఎవడో కూడా మధ్యలో ఆపండి అన్నాడు అనుకో. ఇప్పుడు కరోనా రాలేదా, కరోనా కేమ్ అండ్ సెడ్ స్టాప్. మా వాళ్ళు చాలా మంది అన్నారు, సార్ ఏమేం చేసేద్దాం సంవత్సరాలు అంటే, స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్, ఆల్వేస్ స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్. మార్చ్ 28 అందరు పడుకున్నారు, మార్చ్ 21 పీపుల్ వోకప్ టు నో దట్ మార్చ్ 21 లాక్డౌన్ हो गया. సో వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్, అందుకే ఎప్పుడైనా స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్. ఇక్కడ ప్రిలిమ్స్ లోనే ఉన్నాం మనం, అప్పుడే మెయిన్స్కి వెళ్ళిపోతే ఎట్లా? మీరు ప్రిలిమ్స్ పాస్ అయిపోయారా? కాలేదు కదా. ఎప్పుడైనా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, అంటే నేను చెప్పింది మీకు హత్తుగా ఉండొచ్చు కానీ నిజం అది. పెళ్లి చూపులకి వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు పెళ్లి గురించి ఆలోచించకూడదు, పెళ్లికి వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు పెళ్లి గురించి మాత్రం ఆలోచించాను. నెక్స్ట్ రిసెప్షన్ ఏం చేద్దాం, చాలా మంది చేసే తప్పది. ముందు ఆ తర్వాత ఏం చేద్దాం, ఆ తర్వాత ఏంది, ఫస్ట్ ఈ రోజు ఏం చేస్తావు. టుడే ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ టుమారో ఐ టు డోంట్ నో. ఐ టెల్ యూ వెరీ వెరీ సాడ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. వన్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఓన్లీ. ఆ అబ్బాయి 23 ఇయర్స్. ఆ అబ్బాయి 23 ఇయర్స్, మొన్న టీసీఎస్లోనే ఇక్కడ జాయిన్ అయ్యాడు, గుర్తులేదు సిటీఎస్లోను. ఆ అబ్బాయి మొన్న యంగ్ అండి, 23 ఇయర్స్, వెరీ యంగ్, వెరీ హెల్తీ, డైలీ జిమ్ చేస్తాడు, అన్ని చేస్తాడు. ఆ అబ్బాయి పాపం 2 days బ్యాక్ హీ వాజ్ హిట్ బై ఎ హార్ట్ స్ట్రోక్. అండ్ 3 months కంప్లీట్ బెడ్ రెస్ట్. సో ఎప్పుడు నేను ఎందుకు నేను రేపటి గురించి ఆలోచించొద్దు అంటానంటే, ఇఫ్ యూ డూ ప్రాపర్లీ ద థింగ్స్ టుడే, టుమారో యూ నీడ్ నాట్ వరీ అబౌట్. When you give proper algorithm to a program, you need not worry about output. Many people worry about output and forget about algorithm. అల్గారిథం అంటే ఇవి, ఈ ప్రాపర్గా ఈ పనులు అన్నీ చేశారనుకోండి, మీరు ఆటోమేటిక్గా మెయిన్స్కి కూడా 80% రెడీ అయిపోతారమ్మా. ఇంకా ఎక్స్ట్రా 20% ఏం చేయాలి నేను చెప్తాను. ఎప్పుడు చెప్తాను? మెయిన్స్కి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు చెప్తాను. ఇప్పుడు ఎందుకు మనకి అది న్యాయమే కదా నేను చెప్పిన మాట అయితే. ఇప్పుడు మనకు కావాల్సింది ఫస్ట్ మెయిన్స్కి వెళ్ళడం. వెరీ వెరీ గుడ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. చాలా మందికి క్రికెట్ ఫాలో అయ్యే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది, అలవాటు ఉంటుంది. ఇన్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద వరల్డ్ కప్స్ ఇండియా హ్యాడ్ ఎ ఫస్ట్ మ్యాచ్ విత్ బంగ్లాదేశ్. అప్పుడు బంగ్లాదేశ్ టీమ్ వాజ్ వెరీ వీక్, ఇండియా టీమ్ వాజ్ వెరీ స్ట్రాంగ్. దిస్ వరల్డ్ కప్ హ్యాపెండ్ ఇన్ వెస్ట్ ఇండీస్ 2007 అనుకుంటా. ఇండియా వాజ్ వెరీ కాన్ఫిడెంట్ ఆఫ్ క్రాకింగ్ ద ఫస్ట్ గ్రూప్ రౌండ్స్, సో దట్ దే స్టార్టెడ్ ఆల్రెడీ వరీయింగ్ అబౌట్ సెమీఫైనల్స్. ఇంటర్వ్యూస్లో కూడా సెమీఫైనల్స్లో మాకు న్యూజిలాండ్ వస్తే బాగుంటుంది, సెమీఫైనల్స్లో వీ వాంట్ సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికా. దే వర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ సెమీఫైనల్స్ ఈవెన్ బిఫోర్ వరల్డ్ కప్ స్టార్టెడ్. యూ నో వాట్స్ ద బ్యూటీ? ఫస్ట్ మ్యాచ్ బిట్వీన్ ఇండియా బంగ్లాదేశ్, ఇండియా లాస్ట్. And because of that, what happened? They did not even qualify the first round. And came back, returned to India. So semi-finals kinni plans cheskunnaru kada India vallu, asalu semi-finals lo India did not come. ఇదే ఓవర్ యాక్షన్ చేయకూడదు మన వాళ్ళు. బంగ్లాదేశే కదా అనుకున్నారు, చాలా మంది ఇదే చేస్తారు. ప్రిలిమ్సే కదా, నాకు ప్రిలిమ్స్ గురించి అంతా తెలుసు అనుకున్నాను. ప్రిలిమ్స్కి కోపం వస్తుంది నీ మీద. ఈ ప్రిలిమ్స్ గెట్ యాంగ్రీ, ఇట్ నెవర్ సెండ్స్ యూ టు మెయిన్స్. అది ఇది ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇప్పుడు దీని గురించి మాట్లాడుకుందాం ప్రస్తుతం. మెయిన్స్ డోంట్ వరీ. వన్స్ ఐ టెల్ యూ ద స్ట్రాటజీ ఫర్ ప్రిలిమ్స్, ఐ విల్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ టెల్ ద స్ట్రాటజీ ఫర్ మెయిన్స్ ఆల్సో, ప్రొవైడెడ్ యూ రీచ్ మెయిన్స్. సో మీరు మెయిన్స్కి రీచ్ అయిన అదే వచ్చి కూర్చుంటే నేను మళ్ళీ దానికి స్ట్రాటజీ చెప్తే ఎట్లా చేయండి. అప్పుడు మనకి ఎట్లాగో 1 month టైం ఉంటుంది, 20 days to 30 days టైం ఉంటుంది. ఇన్ దట్ 20-30 days వాట్ టు డూ ఎవ్రీ డే ఐ టెల్ యూ, యూ డూ దట్, ఇనఫ్, పర్ఫెక్ట్. అందుకే ఐ కెన్ టెల్ ప్రౌడ్లీ దట్ people who crossed prelims, we have 90% of success rate to cross mains. That means out of 3 to 4 if write mains, maximum 1% will lose. With the remaining people, we actually push them in mains, because mains really do not hurt so much if you have the perfect strategy and application. All 6 points again. But akkada strategy maripotadamma, completely different. This is in 2007 World Cup. That happened really. First match, India-Bangladesh. Nobody watched the match because everybody was confident India will win. But what happened? They lost. Yep. So this is what we do. And now you can, those who are already enrolled can leave us. I just will talk to the people who came new today. Already enrolled group lo unnavall, you can leave for the day because our session is over now. I just would like to give a small information to people who joined new today. Today means who did not again already in the group. Those who are already in the group, you can leave now. Yeah. So this is what we do normally, and thank you for attending the session. Actually, I thought I think I have given really good information to you as far as my thing is concerned. I have given the information that is really important for a student who